Hey everyone, I'm Katrina Zish, QVC program host, and I am thrilled to be here with you this evening for this very, very special, groundbreaking event. I hope you're enjoying it so far. Next up is someone pretty, I'm just going to say it, major in the fashion industry. Her name is Micaela Erlanger, and she is a celebrity stylist who has dressed some of the world's most incredible stylish celebrities on some of the biggest red carpets that exist, like the Oscars. And she has appeared, and her work has appeared in some of the top fashion magazines. She also has transformed celebrities on the red carpet into style icons and has been named one of the most powerful stylists in Hollywood by The Hollywood Reporter since 2014, consistently every single year. But now, she is changing her, I would say, her specialty a little bit, sticking to celebrity styling, of course, because her clients would say, oh my gosh, where'd you go if she left? She's not going anywhere, but she's adding something to her repertoire, and that is designer. Micaela recently launched her brand new collection, her debut collection, Stylist by Micaela, in collaboration with us at QVC, and we couldn't be happier. We debuted it on actually my show, The Zish List, and we had the first hour-long show this morning, and it was fantastic. But the collection is very unique because it's all about inclusivity. Sizes range from extra, extra small up to 5X, and the prices are very affordable, starting at just $31 and going up to about $115. So, without further ado, I'm thrilled to introduce Micaela Erlanger and have a chat with her so you guys can get to know her, what inspires her, and really how she sees the fashion industry and her role in it evolving. Micaela, it's wonderful to have you here and to be here with you.
Hi, it's so nice to see you. Thank you. That was quite the introduction.
Oh, well, I could have gone on, but we don't have all night, but I can just keep going. I'm just going to start off first by just saying congratulations. We are thrilled to have you with us at QVC, and your designs are just so beautiful and wearable and affordable, and the quality is just dynamite, and I'm obsessed with my new leopard scarf. Thank you very much.
It looks great on you, and thank you so much.
Okay, so my question is, what inspired you to say, you know what? I've got all of this amazing stuff going on as one of the most celebrated Hollywood stylists. And now I think I'm going to launch a line. What inspired that, and why did you choose to collaborate with us at QVC?
Honestly, this has been a lifelong dream. And when I was sort of creating the concept for this collection, which I'll talk about in a minute, it became very clear to me that I wanted to partner with a retailer that was able to, share in my message and share in the community that I hoped to reach. And someone that really shared the same values, that being accessible, inclusive, and making fashion, something that should be celebrated by all people.
Yeah, I think that's great. And then I think there must be a learning curve that goes from being a stylist to being a designer. I mean, it's all fashion, but those, you kind of have to look at both of them from different perspectives. What has been maybe the most challenging part of making that transition and wearing that brand new hat? No pun intended.
I think sometimes narrowing down what my favorite pieces are is one of the biggest challenges. The edit is always the hardest thing, because when you start designing a collection, you come to the table with so many ideas, and it really is about narrowing the focus. And what one of the hallmarks of my collection is really having a versatile, wearable collection of curated wardrobe essentials that fit together, that mix and match, that create foolproof outfits. And so it was really actually quite a lot of fun fine-tuning everything, but having to put that hat on and take myself out of stylist mode for a moment was definitely interesting. But I'm so proud of how it turned out.
Oh, it's absolutely beautiful. Okay, so you have worked with such a diverse range of clients, different age groups, different skin tones, different body types, as celebrities on the red carpet. How has that experience, or how did that experience kind of inform what you were doing with your own launch collection, your debut collection, in terms of fit and form, function, and fabric?
All good questions and all things that really were considered. I really tapped into my decade of experience dressing women of all different shapes, sizes, ages, you name it. I really have worked with women that run the gamut from petites to plus size and everything in between. And so it really was important to me to design a collection that would suit every body. And I say it like that for a reason. Every body. It was really, you get it. It was really important because I believe that people should feel confident. And, over the years, it's been challenging with the limitations that we have experienced in the fashion industry, which I'm sure we'll talk about a little bit more, I know have been discussed over the course of this panel.
Right.
But being able to do something about it and being able to bring beautiful fashion to everyone it was the hallmark of this collection.
Absolutely. And I know one of your philosophies, of course, is that a woman is most stylish when she feels the most confident. And you have
100%.
collaborated with some of the most, I would say, most stylish and iconic celebrities, but oftentimes you have helped them and even dressed them in ways that makes their personality shine through even more. What does that collaboration process look like for you? Because I
Yeah,
think that's one of those
absolutely.
mysterious things behind the
I
scenes of
know.
the stylist. Like, how does that all work?
Totally. Well, I think, like with working with any customer, whether you're shopping at the mall or you're shopping online or you're shopping with QVC, it's the same thing when I'm working with one of my celebrity clients. There really has to be a mutual trust and understanding and respect for, the advice that's being given. But it is so collaborative. I have to say, my clients come to me because they trust my point of view and they trust my eye. But at the end of the day, we're only going to choose things that make them feel like the best version of themselves, period. Because when you don't feel like $1,000,000, it's going to show. And I want my clients to bring that confidence, that bounce in their step, that big smile every single time that they get dressed. And I think it really is about kind of breaking it down and finding your fashion formula, which is something that I talk a lot about. What's your uniform? How do these pieces work together? And also educating them a little bit along the way so that they can sort of find their own confidence in the process. Life is so stressful enough, and getting dressed shouldn't be.
So it sounds very much like your philosophy with your celebrities and how you collaborate them really is pretty much exactly what you set out to do with your new Stylist by Micaela collection for
100%.
QVC, really empowering real women just as you do celebrities.
100%. It really was the impetus behind this, wanting to be able to bring my knowledge and experience and my tips. You essentially have a curated celebrity stylist approved wardrobe at your fingertips, and I'm going to show you and coach you on how to wear things and put things together, if you need a little guidance. And that's actually what I've loved so much about doing these past few shows at QVC, is really getting to share that knowledge with everyone that's tuning in and listening. So it's been a lot of fun. But really, I think that, ultimately, I'm here to provide tools, and I'm also here to provide, a resource. And that resource is the perfect curated capsule, if you will.
Mm-hmm. I mean, part of that, besides the pieces being so flattering, affordable, easy to wear, all of the above, beautiful, well designed, why was it important to you? I mean, really getting down to the nuts and bolts of why we're all here tonight. Why was it so important for you to include such a broad range of sizes, to make this so affordable? What in, that inclusivity that you have brought to QVC, why was that so important for you to do?
Yeah, absolutely. It's because of years of personal frustration, quite honestly. You know, as a stylist, I am responsible for providing options for my clients, and I am supposed to have access to everything and more, especially when dealing with celebrities. And for there to be a lack of choice and a lack of options,
Hmm.
and having to be the person who delivered that news and having to see the frustration in my clients and having to deal with the frustration myself being so limited in what was out there, um, was something that bothered me. And this was an opportunity to do something about it and to be a leader of change.
Hmm.
So, and also I'd like to say, you know, I am that whether it's plus size or petites, there are major gaps in the market. And so to be able to provide a collection that was truly available to everybody, that was going to look great no matter your size, that had no restrictions, to me was just, it was the ultimate opportunity.
What was it like to work with QVC on creating all of these garments that actually fit every body, as you said?
Well, it was a dream come true, and it was also an incredible learning experience because the way that sizing is graded from plus to petite and whatever is deemed regular, you know, is very different.
Regular.
Regular,
Yeah.
whatever regular means these days. I mean, please. So, you know, I learned a lot about that process. And also, I think I was able to add something to the process because
Mm.
understanding proportion and fit from my perspective was, I think, just as valuable. And being able to put our heads together was incredible. So I learned a tremendous amount. Obviously, making sure that our products were, you know, the utmost quality and incredibly flattering and functional and wearable, and you know, just had mileage and value to them was really important. So it's been incredible, and I can't wait for, you know, all that is to come. So really
Absolutely.
cool.
So, speaking of the fashion industry more broadly, there was recently a very viral Instagram post that was picked up
Oh
by
yeah.
some major name fashion magazines. And it was really all about the frustration of one of your colleagues having these fittings with models who are this big, and even the runway samples simply did not fit them at
Yeah.
all. And so the fashion industry certainly has changed. I mean,
Yeah.
you and I have discussed this a little bit. And I mean, I've been in it for, well, a lot, very, very long time before QVC. And I mean, I have seen things change, but there's still a lot
There's a lot of
longer,
change.
much further to go, as
100%.
exemplified by this recent post. Pete pair of, I think it was jeans straight off the runway, simply didn't fit a teensy tiny model. And the stylist said, okay, enough, let's make it stop.
Yep. I mean, unfortunately, like that has been the reality for quite some time.
Right.
And I shared in that frustration as I just voiced. And it's unfortunate that that has been sort of, you know, the norm in the fashion industry and this really absurd standard, quite frankly.
Right.
And I am proud to see people standing up. I'm proud to see my peers standing up. I'm proud to see designers, including, um, you know, plus size models on their
Yes.
runways and
Yeah.
including diversity in their own collections, you know, let alone my own. You know, I'm just part of the change. But it is, you know, it has been the reality. It is unfortunate, but I do believe and I do feel that there is change coming in a meaningful way.
Yeah.
And I think of anything, you know, this panel and collaborating with QVC and having support behind my own collection to create such an incredible range of sizes is really proof of that. So I'm excited to see what is to come.
What do you think is inspiring the fashion industry to change more quickly in some areas than others, but it is changing? What do you think is driving that?
Well, I think it's unrealistic. I think that is
Yeah.
the number one thing, that this is not attainable. This is not sustainable.
Right.
And this is not realistic. And it's about time that you speak to the consumer in a very real way, and that you provide options for all of those people, no matter what that might look like or what that might be, whether it's price, whether it's affordability, whether it's sizing. Everyone deserves to have the same options available. Everyone deserves to look and feel beautiful, and no one should be limited in that way.
I think that's an excellent point. Very, very well said. So going into your career and background just a little bit, I mean, of course, I think we all know fashion the industry certainly looks very glamorous on the outside, especially when you look at pictures on social media or otherwise.
But I know where you're going with this.
Yeah, but more of us, I think, people are learning fashion's not as glamorous as it looks. And especially as a celebrity stylist. Dispel some of those glamour myths for us with a couple real life stories. This is what it's really like.
Oh my gosh. I mean, there's countless stories, but I would say that my styling studio, while it's beautiful and this is where the stars come to get dressed and to try on beautiful clothes, I'm also like a FedEx facility. I am shipping and receiving. There are boxes galore. I am packing and unpacking duffel bags and trunks and traveling with more suitcases than God knows. I am a Sherpa. I'm a professional fashion Sherpa. The hours are ridiculous. We are working across time zones. I have clients all over the world, whether they're in Europe or they're in California and I'm in New York or wherever they might be, in Asia and so forth. And I have to be on and available when they're on and available. So, we really are working around the clock. Exhaustion is my middle name. But, I wouldn't change it for the world. I absolutely love what I do. And I love getting to collaborate with many amazing, inspiring, incredible people. But yeah, it's pretty wild what we do. You would have no idea.
Okay, so going towards kind of taking all of your styling experience with celebrities, what would be your number one styling tip for women on how to create, as you said, their own uniform or their own fashion personality?
Absolutely. I think one really important piece of advice, just as a starting point, is to figure out what you don't like. If you know what you don't like, what you absolutely hate, what you refuse to wear, it actually opens up an incredible opportunity for you to try new things. All of these new options, things that you never would have considered, all of a sudden are something that you should maybe slip into, maybe pop on. If it doesn't work out, you just take it off. That's tip number one. Tip number two is to find someone whose style you admire, someone whose fashion you would like to emulate. And from there, it's really easy to start sort of figuring out how you would describe what it is that you like and envision yourself in those pieces. And then comes sort of the last third thing, and this is really an abbreviated approach, if you will. It's finding your fashion formula. Find your uniform. Find the key pieces that work for your body, that are just foolproof, that layer easily together. And once you kind of find your groove, that's when you can feel confident to explore and to try new things and to get creative and to tie a scarf around your neck like Katrina, or, try on a pair of statement earrings or whatever it might be, or a wacky shoe, or perhaps a dress with a different cut than you normally would try, or whatever it might be. But if you start with those sort of key steps, I think it really sets you off in the right direction.
I love that. It sounds very achievable.
Yes.
Baby steps.
It should be.
And then you can run in heels if you so choose. Okay.
Exactly.
Okay, now this is kind of the fun part. I have a couple, I like to call these kind of Barbara Walter style questions, like,
oh my gosh,
this sentence. I'm not going to make you cry. I hope. No, I don't mean that.
Oh my gosh.
No, these are fun. Okay. Complete this sentence. Style is
personal and authentically you.
Oh, you're good. Okay. The three traits that got me, the three traits that got me where I am today are?
The three traits that got me where I am today are hard work, courage, and persistence.
Ooh, I like that. The best advice I've ever received is?
The best advice I've ever received has been to treat every opportunity as if it were a job, and to make yourself invaluable.
Excellent. Inclusivity means?
Inclusivity means not having any restrictions on choice and being able to wear whatever you want.
Fantastic. The future of fashion is?
The future of fashion is accepting.
Wonderful. Last one. I knew I was living my dream when?
I knew I was living my dream when I got to launch my line on QVC.
Very, very well said, Micaela. And congratulations on that note. And it's such an honor and a pleasure speaking with you and hearing your story tonight and being able to share this with so many others who are watching this very, very special summit. And I'm just, again, thrilled that I can't wait for everyone to experience your beautiful collection, Stylist by Micaela. Congratulations, Micaela.
Thank you so much for having me. This has been wonderful.
Thanks. Have fun and have a great night, everyone. I'm Katrina Zish from QVC. I hope you're enjoying your evening, and I'll see you soon.
Bye.